Hi, Kim's here again with the Instant Pot. Tonight I'm going to try a recipe that I found on Pinterest. It's called chicken and dumplings, but to me it's chicken pot pie because you roll the noodles out flat. But we're going to give it a shot and see how it goes. If you're interested in the recipe, I will make sure that I pin it down in the comments. So let's get started. First off, I have 3 chicken breasts that have been cut in half. So they go into the pot. There's no insert or anything, it's just into the pot. I have an onion that I quartered that goes in there. That's in there for flavor. And 2 stalks of celery, which I cut in half. That goes in there. And I need 7 cups of chicken broth. So the can here is 6 cups. So we'll get that in there. And here's an extra cup. All right, we'll double check. I have the seal in and it is seated correctly. Its vent is closed and we are going to actually put the timer on for the pressure cooker for 3 minutes. Okay, so the chicken's getting ready to do its thing, and in the meantime we'll go ahead and make up the pot pie part. So let me get set up for that and I will be right back with you. Hi, I'm back. I have everything laid out to make the pot pie part of our chicken and dumplings. In this in this dish I have 3 cups of flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, and 1¼ teaspoons of salt. I'm just going to stir it all together. So you don't want a lump of baking powder when you take a bite of noodles, so you want to make sure it is mixed together. This is not how I normally make my pot pie. I have a recipe that calls for cutting in butter and eggs and water. This is flour, baking powder, salt, and milk. So I thought, well, we'll try it and see how it turns out. All right, I have that all mixed up. So I have 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of milk, and that is supposed to be poured into the flour mixture. And stir together. Well, it's starting to come together. Okay, there comes a time where you just have to get rid of the spoon and get in there with your hands when you're making pot pie. Okay, there's our dough. And this is to be rolled out on a floured surface. Now, y'all are going to laugh at me. I do not have a rolling pin. My rolling pin died, and every time I go to the store, I do not think about replacing it. I only think about it when I need it. So this is my rolling pin for right now. Someday soon I will remember to pick one up when I am at the store. But unfortunately, that's not today. I'm supposed to roll this out so it's like 1/4 of an inch thick. It gets a little sticky, add more flour. Okay, that feels pretty good. Easiest thing to cut pot pie so that you do not mess up your counter is a pizza cutter. So we want to cut these into almost strips, maybe an inch wide, whatever you like. I can't draw a straight line if you pay me, apparently. I hear my chicken just came up to pressure, so that's getting ready to do its thing. Okay, the noodles are ready to go. We'll wait till the chicken's done, and I'll be back with the next step. I'm back. The slow cooker just went off, so the chicken should be done. We're supposed to go ahead and do a quick release right now. So we'll go ahead and get the pressure off out of here and make sure the chicken's done. Here we go. You know, growing up, we had chicken and dumplings, chicken pot pie when I was a kid, but I can remember my dad making it. He used to enjoy making the chicken pot pie. He doesn't, due to his health, he can't really do that anymore. Mom took over and would make it then after that, but it's a good memory. It's a memory of Dad enjoying himself cooking. All right, I think we're safe now. Smells good. Chicken and chicken broth, I guess you can't go wrong. All right, we're going to remove these pieces. Let me get a small bowl. The onion and the celery. It's just going to be tossed. All right. Move this back so that you can see. I want to grab a fork and check and make sure that the chicken is fully cooked. We're going to put that back in. We're going to do it for 2 more minutes just to be safe. So make sure the seal's seated right. This should come up to pressure pretty quickly because it's so hot. Close the seal. Manual for 2 minutes. Alright, let's let that do its thing, and I will be back very shortly. Alright, we're back. We put the chicken in for 2 more minutes to make sure it's done. I'm a little cautious about that, so. Alright, let's go ahead and open this up and move on to the next steps. Chicken comes out. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn the Instant Pot to saute. I went ahead and put the noodles on a plate so that I have them here with me. We're going to start adding those to the pot. The key to your noodles not sticking together is adding a few at a time. You don't want to just throw a big pile in there. Normally, when I make this on the stove, and I usually have it boiling ahead of time. So we're following the Instant Pot recipe. We're doing what they say to see what we come out with. I guess if worst comes to worst, we should still have time to run to the restaurant across the road and get something else if it doesn't work. I'm kidding, I'm sure it'll work. Once you start getting your noodles built up in there, just sort of slide them to the side so that when you put the new noodles can go in and be covered in the broth. That stops them from sticking together. You can't see that well down in the pot, but once you drop them in, they hit bottom. They puff up pretty quickly and float to the top because of the baking powder in them. By the way, in case anyone's wondering, this is a 6-quart Instant Pot. They come in, I know they come in 3-quart, 6-quart, 8-quart. I don't know if they come in any bigger sizes or not, but I've had good luck with this. There's my husband, myself, there's my son, so there's 3 people in the family that eats out of this. So And there's always plenty with leftovers. I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind having a second Instant Pot because sometimes when I'm going over and making up my menu for the week, I'll see like a meat and it's like, okay, that can be made in the Instant Pot. Then I'll see a vegetable that I'd like to try that could be made in the Instant Pot. So it would be nice to have a second one, maybe someday. We're almost done with adding the noodles here. Now it's starting to simmer. Okay, be gentle with your pot pie. You don't want to break it up. We're going to go ahead and we're going to let it simmer for about 15 minutes, 15-20 minutes, and see what we have. In the meantime, I will go ahead and shred up the chicken so that that will be ready to go back into the pot. The pot pie's been cooking for just about 5 minutes right now. I went ahead and the chicken has been shredded. So I'm going to go ahead and stir that into the Instant Pot with the dumplings. Gently. So it's on simmer. It's on medium saute. So it's a real gentle simmer. All right. We'll let it go for another 10 minutes and check on it. Well, it's been 15 minutes. Let's see what we have. Looks good. I'm going to try to lift the laptop up for you so you can see in the pot here. How well you can see. So right now what you need to do, turn this off because it's just bubbling away. I want to get a noodle out and try to get like a thicker noodle if you have, they're not exactly all alike, but you want to make sure that they're done inside. I don't want it to still be doughy or anything. Looks done. Let's see. Hot, hot, hot. It's good. It's not quite the same texture as what I normally make, but it's quick and I'd make it again. We'll see what the family thinks of it. I'll let you know in my comments if they liked it or not. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye. Hi, dinner's over. Talked to the family, wanted to give you an update about what they thought of the meal. They really liked it. General consensus is we needed less chicken and more pot pie. So when we make it again, we would want to use just 2 chicken breasts and make a batch and a half of the pot pie, which will fit in the Instant Pot because the pot pie is just simmered at the end. It's not put under pressure or anything. So there's plenty of room for 1.5 batches of the pot pie noodles. The chicken, I didn't care for the chicken at first when I was shredding it. It seems like it doesn't get as tender as it does whenever you make chicken in a slow cooker, for example. But once you shred it and add it to the pot pie and let it simmer, it does really change it. It makes the chicken a lot more tender. So if you make this recipe, make sure that you do simmer the chicken with the pot pie noodles so that it's tender for you. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.